Hey, what's up guys? RhinoRatesMusic here, and here we are going to be going through my top 50 favourite songs, or the top 50 best songs of 2025. Now, of course, now that 2025 is officially coming to an end already, it's time to go through the best of what 2025 had to offer in the form of music, and in this case, the form of songs, and I'm going to be ranking all 50 of them. This was probably, of all the lists, the hardest list for me to make, even though when it came to my albums list, I had to recap on quite a few full-length albums. When it came to this list, because there were more great songs that I heard, especially some great songs from albums that I may not have been as crazy about, it was hard to go back to some of my favorite songs that came out months and months ago and then compile them into a list and figure which songs did I like the most and which songs would make it to my 50 best. Did I like this song or that song more? So it was just really hard to organize it, but I think I've got my list here now of what are my favorite songs of 2025. I've got it ready, I've got it compiled, and I'm going to share it with you guys. Okay, so kicking things off at the number 50 spot, it is Lucy Dacus with a very touching and emotional limerence that certainly got me in my feels this year. At the number 49 spot, we have Joey Valance and Bray teaming up with JPEG Mafia on their banger, What's Up. At the number 48 spot, we have Chappell Roan with The Subway. At 47, it is Jid teaming up with Clips on the song Community. All I gotta say about this song is, what did Bob the Builder do? Come on. At the number 46 spot, we have Gene Dawson going back to his synth-funk territory on Rockabye Baby. At the number 45 spot, it is Oneohtrix Point Never with this very multifaceted, just roller coaster of a track, Rodal Glide. At the number 44 spot, it is Death Heaven with Heathen. At the number 43 spot, it is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard with Dead Stick. And at the number 42 spot, it is Viagra Boys with their very disgusting, dystopic, but quite factually true Man Made of Meat. At the number 41 spot, it is Danny Brown and Underscores teaming up for their rap, pop, digicore banger, Copycats. At the number 40 spot, it's Jim Legacy with Father. At the number 39 spot, we have Gorilla Toss with CEO of Personal and Pleasure. At the number 38 spot, we have Lave with Silver Lining, and at the 37th spot we have Amaray going in a more Afrobeats direction, still mixed with a traditional R&B and art pop sound on SMO. At the number 36 spot, it is Mon Laferte and Conociendo Russia on Esto es Amor. At the number 35 spot, it is Fred again teaming up with Skepta and Blackboy Max on one of the most unexpected but also best rap bangers of this year, Victory Lap. At the number 34 spot, it is Ryan Davis and the Roadhouse Band with New Threats from the Soul. At the number 33 spot, it is Sudan Archives with My Type. At the number 32 spot, it is Bad Bunny with the title track from probably his best album to date, Debi Dera Mas Fotos. At the number 31 spot, it is The Last Dinner Party with The Scythe. At the number 30 spot, it is Anna von Hosway with the very haunting but also beautiful Struggle with the Beast. At the number 29 spot, it's 21 Pilots with Drum Show. At the number 28 spot is Rochelle Jordan with her incredibly fun, catchy dance pop house banger, Doing It Too. At the number 27 spot, it is Tyler Childers with an unexpectedly beautiful song about a young man falling in love with a lady much older than him on Onida. At the number 26 spot is Gorillaz teaming up with Sparks on The Happy Dictator. And at the number 25 spot, it is Genesis Owusu going back to the dance punk sound but sounding just as great on Death Cult Zombie. At the number 24 spot, we have another unexpected team up that goes over so well with Thundercat and Remy Wolf on Children of the Baked Potato. At the number 23 spot, it is The Weeknd with Cry For Me. Could not get this song out of my head at one point. At the number 22 spot is Charlie XCX with House featuring John Cale. At the number 21 spot, it is Hayley Williams with True Believer, a great commentary on religious hypocrisy as well as capitalism and gentrification under an amazing artsy, grungy, trip-hop instrumental. And at the number 20 spot, it is Mac Miller with his incredibly haunting and touching Funny Papers. Don't let the title fool you. Just because it's called Funny Papers, this is not a funny song. It is a very touching song, actually, and quite dark, given what unfortunately happened to Mac. At the number 19 spot, it is Ethel Cain with a very long, multifaceted, and beautiful Nettles. At the number 18 spot, we have Deftones coming in with one of their best bangers of the year, Milk of the Madonna. At the number 17 spot, we have Model Actries with their very dark, haunting, but also quite sentimental and personal Cinderella. At the number 16 spot, it is Nourished with Time with this incredible crossover of alternative hip-hop, dance, and R&B on Baby Baby. And coming in at number 15 spot, we are going to slow it down here with Little Simz Free. What I love about this song is not just its lyrics that really touch upon the idea of liberation and human rights, but also just its incredible neo-soul instrumental. Just the fact that Little Simz just does such a great job of being able to rap so effortlessly on such a beautiful instrumental, rap so confidently, and spit some of these lines, and also an incredible chorus. And I love the way the free sample ties in with the end of the lines in each verse as well. Just great song all around, and Little Simz continues to prove herself as one of the finest rappers from the UK. At the number 14 spot, it is Cameron Winter with Love Takes Miles. Now, at the very end of last year, Cameron Winter, the frontman of Geese, released a solo album that I actually did not get to listen to when it first came out last year. Otherwise, it would definitely be on my best albums of 2024 list, but I did manage to listen to it this year, and I thought it was incredible. I love Cameron Winter's songwriting. I love the different techniques he was using with his songwriting here. I love the different approaches he took with his vocals. He took a few risks on this album, but on this album he proved himself to be a very capable songwriter without the band, and I think it is best represented on this amazing, beautiful love song that I personally think is just as good as some of the best love songs on 3D Country, and even the Geese album that came out this year, Getting Killed, which will be on this list later on. At the number 13 spot, it is By Storm with Double Trio 2. Now, the remaining members of the former trio Injury Reserve, the remaining two members, Richie with a T and Nathaniel, continuing to go down this path of like experimental, abstract hip-hop, or post-rap, if you want to call it, this mix of abstract hip-hop, experimental hip-hop, and a bit of post-rock and a bit of jazz rap on this song that sounds very dystopic, very haunting, but at the same time, Richie with a T's rapping on this song still sounds incredible and quite catchy as well, with these very haunting and quite stark saxophone loops that just get darker and darker as the song goes on, and really it just makes me more excited and more intrigued for when or if what's left of this trio that's now formed to a duo is going to be doing in the sense of a full-length album, because this was just one of a few quite interesting experimental songs they released this year, and I would say that this one is my favorite, but it's probably the most accessible, but I still think it is a great song nonetheless. At the number 12 spot, we have Bon Iver with Everything is Peaceful Love, just one of the prettiest and also catchiest songs that I think Justin Vernon has ever made. Just the lyricism that touches upon mixtures of love and spirituality, and just the chord progression on this song is incredible. It's so good, it's so beautiful, it's so many things, and I absolutely love it. At the number 11 spot, just coming short of the top 10, it is Nina Zarachi with Fuck My Computer. Which, yeah, this song just absolutely slaps. Just its combinations of EDM, dance, as well as a bit of hyperpop, if we can still use that term today, is just incredible. It's colourful, it's catchy, and it's lyricism that is quite tongue-in-cheek with this idea of us being so attached to our devices and our computers that it's almost like we have an intimate relationship with them, because we spend more time with them than we do with our own intimate partners. That is, if we even have one. And I think the way she kind of, takes that concept and turns it into a fun, catchy song is incredible, and can't wait to see what she does in the future. Alright, starting off the top 10, my top 10 favourite songs of this year. At the number 10 spot, it is Black Country New Road with Happy Birthday. Now, Black Country New Road, on basically their first album of this new era, their first studio album of this era without Isaac Wood, I think went over really well. And of all the singles that came out, despite how how nice, how friendly, and how wholesome and cute the song Besties is, it was really this song that I kept coming back to the most. I think it just combines elements of what I'm loving about this new era Black Country New Road, from the band chemistry to kind of the slightly quirky, tongue-in-cheek, but also pretty and cute aspects of like art pop and baroque pop and twee pop that they're dabbling into, mixed with some of what they were doing in the previous era, with some of the rock aspects with that guitar solo as well, the sax loops, and I really like the sarcastic direction that the lyrics on this song takes, you know, talking about this person, whether it's a person that's a high profile figure or somebody that the band just looks down upon for whatever reason, that portrays themselves as being bigger than they actually are, better than they actually are, has a bit of an ego, and it's the band telling them, yeah, we'll feed your ego as much as you want, but just a reminder, you are not as good as you say you are, okay? Yeah, I love that sarcastic direction. I love the band performance here. Love the band chemistry. Just love everything about this song, and love what Black Country New Road are doing in this new era. Coming in at number 9 spot, it is Jane Ramu with Dancing With Your Eyes Closed. A great fun blend of like experimental pop, hip hop, digicore, and hyper pop. Just, it's so catchy, the song, yet the tongue-in-cheek lyrics on this song are great as well. And yeah, I just can't get enough of it. And a lot of songs from this Jane Remover album. It's great. At the number 8 spot, it is McKinley Dixon with the title track of probably jazz rap album or rap album contender of the year, Magic Alive. What I love about this song, and so many other songs on this album, but this song in particular, is it literally sounds like there's a jazz band or a jazz quartet playing live, and McKinley Dixon is being the front man. What I love about this song is just how well the instrumentation sounds, how crisp, how smooth it sounds. The sax pieces, the drums sound incredible. The backing vocals ties in so well with McKinley's performance as well. Inside, Magic Alive. I just love it. And McKinley's rapping, he's improved even more on his rapping from his previous album, and that's very much exemplified on this song. At the number 7 spot, it is another title track with another great album that came out this year, Miley Cyrus with Something Beautiful. Man, if you were to tell me that Miley Cyrus would make a song that would end up in my top 10 songs of the year, I would have laughed at you. And if you told me that Miley Cyrus was going to make a song that would kind of sound like a blend of some of the most adventurous eras of Madonna and also a bit of Swans with the post-rock breakdown, I would have laughed at you even more. Either that, or I would have been reminded of that other attempt Miley Cyrus made to try and be experimental that went across badly. But on this song, and on this album, she does it so well. Her versatile vocal performance and her range really suits this sound, really suits this song. The lyricism, I think, is great as well. This is definitely easily one of her best songs in terms of performance, in terms of songwriting, and in terms of production. It's just a shame that a song like this will not be as known or as widely celebrated as a big hit like something like Flowers. But do not let this song or this album skim past you. If you're somebody who's really checked out with Miley Cyrus because of some of her past work, make sure you don't with this album, or at the very least this incredible song. At the number 6 spot, it is Rosalia teaming up with Björk and Eve Tumor on Berghain. Man, this is one of the best artistic pieces of music to come out this year. Everything about this song, from the vocals, the operatic performances, the orchestra, and just how fast-paced it sounds and how well it works in the context of still sounding and being structured like a pop song, and the transition into Björk's section, the dark passages at the very end as the song becomes more cautionary, more haunting, and then we get that experimental part at the end with Eve Tumor and his chants. It's just incredible. Like, I can't get enough of this song, and this is just one of many great moments from Rosalia's album Lux, but this song is the crown jewel of it, and it is that for a reason. Coming in at the number 5 spot, it is Quedeca with Monday, which might be his best song to date. It has everything that I love of a song of this caliber, a pop song, an indie song, a folktronica song with some beautiful, incredible instrumental sections and passages from the string section, the chord progression, the piano, and the woodwind harmonies just sound incredible, and the chorus as well. Darling, don't you give up on a Monday. Just everything I could love about a song like this. A pop song that sounds beautiful, colorful, emotional, moody, and catchy at the same time, all at once. And this is just one of many incredible moments from Quedeca's incredible album that, spoiler alert, is going to rank pretty highly on my best albums list. Alright, coming in at number 4 spot, it is Magdalena Bay with Second Sleep. Magdalena Bay, if they didn't spoil us enough already last year, giving us one of the best pop albums of the decade and my album of the year, then they just kept spoiling us this year with dropping a bunch of double-sided singles, and really you could pick almost any one of them to go on this list, but I personally went with Second Sleep. It packs in some elements that I loved from some of the best songs from Imaginal Disc with Mika's vocal performances, her existential and spiritual lyrics that she incorporates here, as well as just the chemistry she has with the band, as well as Mike's production on here, and just of course all the passages, everything you could want out of a great pop song, but even more exuberance, more color, more dynamics. And the guitar section at the end that almost sounds like a bit of a psychedelic rock piece is also a great touch. Like, all I'm going to say is whether this song is a leftover from Imaginal Disc that somehow didn't make it on the album, despite being just as good as some of the best songs from that album, or if this is just a piece of what we're going to get on their next album, or if this is a song that they were like, yeah, nah, this is not good enough for our next album, then we are going to be in for yet another treat for whatever album they're going to give us next. And I cannot wait for that. Alright, we're in the top 3 now. At the number 3 spot, it is Clips with So Be It. What can I say about this song, man? From so many quotable bars, so many great rhymes, Pusha T, Malice's verses are both incredible. I cannot choose a favorite one on here. The production, the Middle Eastern sample, and the way it's flipped to create this very haunting, cautionary instrumental that still sounds like Clips as we know and love them, but maybe even better. And of course, that Travis Scott diss at the very end is also a great touch, and I absolutely love it. I love every single aspect about this song. Just one of many highlights from Clips' new album. Coming in at the number 2 spot, though, we have Maruja with Look Down on Us. This song is just an absolute monster and an absolute roller coaster of emotions that may not be for the faint of heart, but I absolutely love it. Whether you're talking about the very chaotic jazz fusion, experimental post-rock part at the start with those very cautionary and very dystopic sounding saxophone loops and passages, as well as the very chanted chorus, they look down on us, and lyricism that references people, political figures, or rulers, if you were to call it that, who look down on most of us, who act like they're there to help, but they don't actually care. They don't actually give a shit. From the middle class people to the people in poverty, they don't care. They're looking down on us in a very negative way. Also, the rap incorporation on this, the rapping on this, and also the back end of the song where it goes into this very haunting and intriguing spoken word piece as well that adds further commentary on capitalism and the dangers of it in the context of democracy and just being rejected by society and the higher-ups is also incredible. Just so many aspects of this song I absolutely love, and the moment it came out I thought that, yeah, this is going to be my song of the year. This is going to be hard to top. But no, there's one particular song on this list that takes the cake as my number 1 song, my song of the year, and it is by an artist that also had my song of the year a couple of years ago, and they've done it again. I'm talking about Geese with Taxes. Yes, Geese have done it again twice in the same decade, have made my song of the year, and I've got quite a few reasons as to why Taxes is my song of the year for 2025. 1, Cameron Winter's vocal performance, which I already praised very highly when talking about 3D Country. I've praised very highly when talking about Love Takes Miles. Is incredible how moody it sounds, just matches the different vibes and the emotions that this track provides with the lyrics and the instrumentation. The lyrics that talk about the idea of just rejecting conforming to these very consumerist, very status quo and capitalistic structures of life, such as paying our taxes. Why should we do that when we're already struggling enough? Like, why? The instrumentation with the drum loops that open up, that has a bit of a rock, R&B and hip hop kind of vibe. I think Kenny Beats' production really adds quite a bit, especially in that section. The backing vocals, just the build up, the incredible build up to that incredible guitar breakdown is one of the best moments in music I've experienced in my life. Just from the build up instrumentally to Cameron Winter's build up. You're gonna have to nail me down. Just, it just gives me goosebumps every time I think of it. The emotions are in this song instrumentally. The emotions in this song instrumentally are reciprocated from both the vocals, the energy, the lyricism, everything about this song. It just makes this a near perfect song in my opinion. I think there are very few to no songs out there that I would consider perfect, but this is a song that's close to being that, or, you know, most songs that I choose as my song of the year are that, and this song is certainly no exception, and I can't say enough positive things about it, and I just can't stop listening to it. I absolutely love it. I know it may be cliche to put one of my favorite bands right now and a band that I already chose as my song of the year a couple of years ago again, but I don't care. It's my list, and I just love this song to death. But anyway, that's going to be my list of my 50 favorite songs of 2025. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what's some of your favorite songs of this year. And once again, stay tuned for my best albums of the year video. Bye-bye.